everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tammy Dill and today is August 21st, 2022. How is everyone doing after the Lionsgate portal? It was a pretty intense portal. There was a ton of energy coming through, and that was the celestial new year, the closing of the old year as we are stepping into this new year. So whatever you downloaded through that portal, whatever you managed to clear out of the way during this last year doing the work, that's the amount of space that you had within your energy field to download all the new light codes, energies of the new you. Okay? So now we are stepping into this new year. So now from here into next Lionsgate portal is the same process, clearing, doing as much work as we can within internally so that we can take on the new energy during this next Lionsgate portal. So massive shifts tend to happen around this time frame, August. And if you look at the school year doesn't start till around August as well. So notice this big shift in energy around this time frame, okay? And so after that Lionsgate portal, there has been a wave of divine union energy that came through. So there's been a lot of union energy, a lot of love energy. So I don't know if for those who are able to feel this energy come through, it's definitely there. Tune in with it. You may be connected to maybe a past twin flame, a past connection, whatever it is, or old lovers showing back through, old connections. One or two things. One, it may be a sign, a message for you to, well, it's all about asking the questions. Is this a karmic contract I need to clear or release? Or is there a lesson here that I still need to learn? Okay? Sometimes when we release cords too fast, the lesson is not learned. That soul may keep coming back, that person may keep coming back, or if you completely block them or cut them off, then that energy, similar to that previous soul, is going to be embodied through someone else for you to learn that lesson. Same lesson, got to learn the lesson to heal that karmic contract, heal that whatever connection it was. The lesson needs to be learned, okay? So that's why when you're going through dating or seeing certain people, you notice this pattern. You know, why is how you remind me of my ex? You remind me of, why do I always date these certain people? Notice the pattern, okay? And how you get through it, learn it really fast, is to start asking the questions. Two very important things that I learned when I first started this journey. One was to learn how to tune into my intuition, get really clear on it. It took several years to build that really strong connection. And then two, learning to ask the right question. Right? I teach you guys how to use your intuition. Show me yes, show me no. Then there's gonna be like, okay, would this be in my best interest? Is this a karmic contract? Right? There's a series of questions that you go down to get a more precise answer. And by using your intuition, these different tools to help you navigate, you are one step closer to that future self of yours, or getting back into alignment with your soul. The more you purge, release, the more you merge back with your soul and your path. And so I speak on this especially for those who work on Moldavite, because things are happening so fast, synchronicities are happening so fast almost everywhere around you that it's hard to comprehend what's happening, what's the one next step, or it's very easy to get overwhelmed with all these downloads, all these information are coming through, visions of your future, who you're meant to be, what you're meant to do, and then you're looking back where you are now. It's very easy to fall in that hole of, wow, I am nowhere close to that vision, okay? Very overwhelmed. So that was a challenge for me the first year or so working with Moldavite. And it wasn't until I found a teacher that showed me how to use my intuition and helped me navigate through it. Okay? So, so what's next? What is next after this Lionsgate portal? You know, for those who first work in Moldavite, you may have one or two pieces that you could already experience, like, wow, my life is happening so fast. Imagine having 600 to 700 grams of that activated at different portal sites. And my guys are telling me not to sell it, save it for my future projects for this Goddess Academy. So we're talking about every year I upgrade or I get more Moldavite, 100 or 200 grams more, and it's like, you know, little shifts. It used to be like little shifts. Now it's like, holy wow. Car vibrated out, making 7-month trips at a time. Things are happening so fast where I'm like, very hard for me to comprehend, very hard for me to get grounded. And it was a learning lesson. It taught me how to really be clear on the guidance. Not everything needs to be done right away. And I have to learn to work with this Moldavite rather than have it consume me. Right? It's to the point where like the Moldavites are just pulling me everywhere, and it's like I have no say in it. But again, the energy there is happening through me as a conduit to have it come into form. And when I'm not taking care of myself, then I don't want that. There was a point in my journey where I just not even be aware of, like, I don't even take care of myself. Like, I was breaking out so much. I was investing all my money into the Moldavites, all these journeys to bury Moldavites with the money I didn't have, to a point where I'm like, I'm done. Like, I need a break. This is too much, right? To the point where I don't even take care of myself. So that is something that you may experience when you're working with Moldavite. Remember, it's a co-creation between you and the stones. The stone is the access, a connection to this higher version self of you. Okay? So it goes both ways. Both of you have to get onto the same page. The energy, you have to learn how to communicate, ask the right question for the process or the journey to be a little bit easier on you, basically. So, so what's next? So I mentioned with you guys the first 3 years of Moldavite, I feel like I went up the first 3 chakras. So this 4th year that's already been going through, I feel like this is the year where I'm going to meet my soulmate. The last 3 years is like coming across different twin flames, karmic contracts from different lifetimes, and healing those connections. And I feel like this year, it's things have gotten so much more into alignment where the guidance is on point. So this year I got the guidance. Well, I got an intuitive hit that I feel like my twin flame is somewhere in Mexico. And not twin flame, but my soulmate, right? The actual other half of me in physical form. And what's interesting is my shaman, Trina, you know, I love her to death. She is my another sister in a previous very ancient connection we have, another lifetime. So not only she's my teacher, she's my friend, but she's also the one that guided me to where to bury these Moldavites when I first started this journey. And so she was in Egypt during this Lionsgate portal to help me anchor in some energy into a set of Moldavites. I was sharing with her, I feel like as I'm entering this 4th year, this soulmate energy is coming through. Like, I sense this other half. And I sense it somewhere in Mexico, I'm not sure. And she mentioned, like, well, you might want to make it down to Mexico, the pyramids in Mexico, pretty soon here. And, I was thinking, like, wow, that's interesting. It's, I didn't really know much about the pyramids in Mexico, but intuitively, my intuition is like, yes, you probably need to go very soon. So in my mind, it's like, okay, how am I going to do this? where am I gonna get the money? I think this trip is gonna be like a week or two. I'm not even sure how it's gonna unfold. But yeah, I'll just let the universe pave the way if I am meant to be there. Kid you not, 2 days later, my friend who I met in Da Nang, Vietnam, she lives in the US. She moved back, and she's actually living in Mexico. And she messaged me 2 days after Trina mentioned that. And she messaged me, is like, hey, I'm going back to North Carolina to her parents to pick up her car and then drive it back to Mexico. Texas is on the way. She asked if she can come by and rest on the way there, because Texas happens to be on the way to Mexico. So here I am thinking, wow, how much more does the universe have to show me that this is the next step? But long story short, I will be heading to Mexico, road trip. But yeah, it's very interesting because one of my worries, like, oh God, where am I going to get the money to do this? Am I bringing a set of Moldavite to activate? It's going to be happening pretty soon here. Within this next 2 weeks, we're going to head out. And yeah, she's like, don't worry about the money. Just have enough money to buy food. But it seems like every resistance or every fear that I have of, how am I going to make this trip work? It's literally handed to me. And so this is something I want to share with you guys, right? There's one aspect of, how am I going to make this work? Like the how always tends to get in the way. But there's going to be another aspect when you start training, working with your intuition, connecting with the Moldavites, building this very strong connection. If you're being guided there, then trust that things are going to unfold for you to make that path. And in between that, you are the vessel to get the guidance. So it's very important that you learn how to communicate with your higher self, so that you can both be on the same page, right? And in communication, I mean using the muscle test, asking the right questions. What's the one next step? Because all there really is just a one next step. Like right now, I have no idea what's going to happen when we head down there to Mexico. It's going to be 1 to 2 week road trip. Am I bringing a set of Moldavite? I believe I am. However, that's going to show up for me. I'm not sure yet, but I just know I need to be in Mexico around that time frame to activate, which I believe is the heart chakra. And it's going to bring in this soulmate energy. Okay? So that's what I have going on. And I mentioned I thought Houston was going to be the heart activation of the heart chakra for the soulmate. The Moldavite didn't end up coming through. I couldn't come up with the money to get a new inventory. But now, as this new path is unfolding, and after this Lionsgate portal, the closing of the old year, I believe this is when the next activation is going to be. So that's what I have going on. It's happening actually very fast here. I will be heading out very soon. So I believe there will be a set of Moldavite. I'm not going to do pre-sale for it right now because I don't have the inventory. But what I will do is, or what I'm being called to do, is release a course on building the connection with your Moldavite. So that is going to be an 8-week program, learning how to ask the questions, using your intuition, getting the guidance on the spot as things are unfolding for you. Okay? So 8 weeks, we're going to start on 9/11. 911 is actually the emergency call for light workers. So that is going to be our first group session. It's going to be a group session. I'm going to teach you, everyone joining, there's a group of you that are being called to be in this. So check in with your intuition. You can use the muscle test. You can use the body as a pendulum, or you can use a pendulum. I'm going to put a link in the video on how to tune in, right? Show me a yes, mine's locked. Show me a no. Whenever I do this, it automatically goes out. If you already know how to do that, ask the question if you are part of the group that's being called forth on this next wave as we're preparing for next year's 9 Gates portal. As we do group, those who are sharing, it allows those who are attending to get a different perspective. Maybe see a blind spot they didn't see something that they weren't aware of before. So with a group, it's a lot more powerful. Okay, so tune in. That we're gonna start that on 9/11. But if you already know that you're gonna be part of the program, sign up is in the description. The moment you sign up is the moment you can start feeling the energy connected to the Moldavite grids here. It's a moment you're really gonna feel this. Wow, this future version of me has already made the decision that I'm gonna be in that 8-week program. That would help me raise the funds on this trip to Mexico. However that may show up, I believe that's so. And for those who are really called to getting a pre-sale Moldavite, shoot me an email. I have about 5 days to gather pre-sales, and whatever pre-sales I do end up getting is what I'm gonna be ordering and getting it rush delivery by next week. Okay, so within the next 5 days, that is what I have planned. So email me if you really feel called. This can be activation at the Pyramids of the Sun in Mexico, and then Chichen Itza in Mexico is one of the wonders of the world. And I believe that is going to be activating some kind of soulmate energy. Okay, so if Mexico energy is already pulling you, you feel it within the heart, whatever it is, there may be something there for you. And but that is all I know for right now. And when you are working in the Moldavite realm, as you're syncing up, trying to learn and get clarity on your intuition, if you want to create a clarity with your path, I would advise you to find a teacher to help you guide you through the process. The first year I invested $13,000 in a program. The value that I'm gonna bring here is gonna be the same value that I've learned 4 years ago when I learned all those tools, is what I'm bringing to you guys during this 8-week program. Okay, so your guide's already leading you here. Now use the intuition check if you need to know what the intuition check is. Videos in the description. Signups are in the description below. And if you really feel called for an activated Moldavite, shoot me an email and then I can kind of decide from there. So that's a little update for everyone here today. Things are happening very fast. Everything is so much more in alignment. So just don't get overwhelmed. What's the one next step? And go from there. Okay? Sending everyone love and light. And I'll see everyone for the next episode. Timmy do.